Okay, namaste. Meanwhile, here we go.
Onward to the
Onward
rest
and
of our
upward,
work here.
finally, to the last of our waiting people.
Yeah, maybe it's the end of the line for a while.
Might be. We never know.
We'll see.
Maybe this is the last part of this segment. We'll have to check later, but yeah.
No, if more will enter. Okay, they're all pretty clear today looking, the rocks. Clear ones.
So far.
Okay, so let's see what this
For the
is
most
about
part.
and what happens. I never know when I pick up one of these things. Is there any way that I could turn that off? I'm picking up some, like if sometimes I'll
Oh, sure.
pick up residual stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Turn that
Otherwise,
off.
we'll get a reading on John McCain if you like. Okay. I
Well,
could.
that might be interesting
It
to do
might
John
be.
McCain because he's unfortunately
I know,
on
I
his
don't miss
way
it.
out.
Got it.
Poor, yeah.
Yeah, I know. He's a good man. So
He
okay.
is. He's getting ready to transition and move forward to new experiences.
Right. I'm just not getting anything that's coming up that I can grab to at all yet. See if these are kind of, I wonder if they're weaker links in there. I don't know if things are fading with this thing, you know.
That could be too, but we'll ask if they can project it a little stronger. I'm going to
Yeah.
ask her, can you please project it stronger so she can pick it up? Yeah, we never know. This could be something that's come and then it's going to pass through. And
That's a toughie. Well, maybe let's let this one germinate. Let's
yeah,
see if
we'll leave
another
him
one
sit
comes
there for a
forward.
while. Let's see if we've
And
got.
we'll try the next in line. Yeah, these things do have their time.
They have the time. Well, it's not something we ever expected to
Oh,
happen.
no, that's for sure.
Imagine my surprise when I was in Mexico at the pyramids, the things down there, and all these ones jumping in the stones there and going home with me.
That's a trip.
I was not expecting it.
Yeah, no, it's a trip.
I brought a whole bunch of them back with me from Mexico.
Hey, it worked out okay.
Oh, God.
Worked out
Yeah, it's
okay.
been, what, over a year we've been working on this.
Longer than that, I think.
Yeah, it's been a
Longer than
while.
that. Since the blood moon, whenever that was.
The blood moon, yeah, it was the blood moon that did it.
That's
oh,
the one
mercy.
that did it. That's the one that did it. It was such a surprise, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Meanwhile, back to our.
Let's see if this one will give us anything. Here. Okay, so something, I got a blip. Let's see. Let me just, you kind of feel it, and then you feel like it may come forward.
Yeah, it's just connecting.
Um,
Some days connect more than other days.
mhm.
That's like even doing the tarot reading. Some days the energy's right there like that, and other days it's
Yeah, it's just hard to know with what
there's not as
this
much
is.
flow with the energy. So,
Yeah, I don't know where this is. Either this, that, or it's just a fading
yeah.
thing. Let's see. Next. Okay, so moon over still waters. That's what I'm gathering as the central thing. Moon over still waters, timeless moon, secrets there, secrets hidden, secrets water, secret light, hidden in heart, hidden heart, moon reflect open, heart of a psyche. Okay, so what's the main message?
Yeah, sounds like they're giving a message. Reminds me of the one card, the moon card here.
With the water and things, it's so
Yeah.
pretty, isn't it?
Yeah. Although that card usually represents like fear and illusion. Oh, this
interesting.
kind of
Oh, that
reminds
one?
me of reminds me
interesting.
of that card with the big
Huh.
moon and the water.
Huh.
Reminds me of the
Yeah.
moon and the water without the lobster. Minus
So with that lobster?
minus the big ugly lobster coming out. Okay.
That wasn't quite where this was. I hope it's not going towards a lobster message.
No, I think we're
Or lunch.
minus.
Maybe it's
I
lunch.
think we're minus the lobster
Minus
and the claws and
minus
stuff.
the
Yeah.
lobster, possibly.
Minus the lobster.
Okay, so will open, mind open, heart open to this connection of living grace of this saint-like this saint-like energy of purity, open to that. Okay, with all those words.
So looks like they're talking
More of a
about the
message.
heart being open, and then you have the brilliance like the moon, and it's reflecting in the stillness. The subconscious is showing that what's there.
Yeah.
That reflection that happens.
That's nice.
It's like sitting with mind and you're questioning, and then you begin to see, and it's like a reflection. So when it's like a reflection, it's not something one is caught up in, it's something that one can see, and it's coming from a place of stillness to be able to see this.
Nice. That feels, let's just see if there's any other. Okay, that feels good. That feels like that was complete.
What they're
So,
trying to say.
yeah.
This is what is so interesting, because she gets the vision and then it comes through here
I know.
as it's
We're a
like a
team somehow.
symbiotic thing that works together somehow.
We don't know how. It just, boom, it's there. And
Yeah, she gets the symbology, and then I can translate and understand where it's going. It's kind of an odd thing.
That's the thing, and I'm translating on this side.
You're
and
translating, and I'm translating the translation.
You are. That's right. And you just put it together, like how she puts it together, though, these things, and somehow, it's just, we don't know. We don't know. We're just.
It's so funny. It's
is
really
fun.
funny the way that happens, because she'll get a vision, and
Yeah.
then she starts speaking the vision in bits and pieces, and then I get
Totally.
the whole of the picture. I get it like
Yeah.
all these little bits come together, and I can weave it together like
Which I'm glad you do, because, with this, it just flows out. I'm not necessarily able to go back and connect. I mean, it just kind of, comes through. And so you're in that other that you can just, boom.
Yeah, I think what's happening is you're in the moment with what's coming
That's
out
right.
there, and I'm in a place where I can see the whole of
You
it
can,
rather
that's right.
and see all the different parts at one. But you're still stuck in one part, but there's this next part versus the next part.
Yeah, it just comes, and I'm not
Yeah.
even always hearing exactly what you're saying either. It just is coming through, and
Right.
it just kind of comes like
Yeah.
it's just there. We don't know, but somehow it works.
You don't see the forest for the trees. You're stuck in one tree. I'm backed out enough from it that I can see the forest and all the trees, but she's stuck on one tree at a time.
Well, I'm trying to get it out.
Exactly.
I don't know how else to let
But that's
this
the only
flow
way
out.
I can. That's the only way I can explain it. She's
In the way,
describing
the explanation of it.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
she's seeing each individual tree, and I'm backed up enough that I can see all the trees
Good.
that she's giving, so I can
More
give
the
the forest.
background of it.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah,
sense. Yeah, it
yeah.
seems to work that way in the way that these things are channeled. Like I say, I can't. It just comes through. I'm present to it. I don't mean that. I'm not like, oh, that means this or anything at all.
Yeah, no, you're
It
in the
just
moment of it.
flows
What's
in
coming
the
through?
moment of it, but
Yeah.
yet it's just once it flows through, it's kind of like the
Then
water,
it's
and it
gone.
flows through, and it's gone. It's then she has it there as the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that's how these.
So I
things are
can
working.
hold all the elements in place
Yeah.
and see how they all fit. It's kind of like the puzzle. You're looking at this puzzle piece and this
Yeah,
puzzle.
that's right.
And I've got all the puzzle pieces that you've already put out.
That's right. Perfect. So it works
So,
somehow. I'm glad
yeah.
that you give that other, because it solidifies it. So.
So onward, next.
Somehow with this team here. So
It just works. I don't know.
I can't believe it's still working a little bit. It's pretty funny. Okay. Okay. Okay, so there's a book open, Bible passages.
Bible passages. Okay, what are the Bible passages?
the way the
that
words
we-
come out.
I like the Bible passages.
Sounds like a nice massage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Bible passages.
It's like Target when you shop at Target. Bible passages. It sounds so much.
It does, doesn't it? Don't you want one?
Is this a French Bible passage?
Sounds like a
Must
delicate
be the-
treat on a
It must
plate.
be the French version of the Bible. I don't know.
Thank goodness she's here to put it together, because what does that mean? I don't know. Bible passages. Okay, so the Bible. Okay, so Bible. That's the words don't come right sometimes, but I think you can. Okay, so Bible open, Bible passages with each word has something of value. With words that string like a line of Shakti come out. Okay. Where's this going? Words.
They have their own energy.
That's
The Bible
really it, the energy.
passages, if you understand the depth of it, it has its own energy. They carry weight and energy in what they are saying.
Very good. So they are like all things, I guess, like all things that, not to be viewed like, here I am, I read, I memorize, listen with something else that come from all things with these passages. Not with, oh, I remember this about me, this about, this about.
Yeah, so don't intellectualize it and compartmentalize it. Be open to the full depth of the meaning.
Yeah, and this
Yeah.
about.
So many people take things out of context in the Bible and they want to spin it to something else. I think this is in reference to what the modern ones are doing. They're taking things out of context, like speaking prosperity messages and all of these other dramas. And they're not getting the depth of what's being said.
Yeah.
So they're abusing these passages.
Yeah, very good. Oh, there's so much that can be done that's not good
Yeah.
to these things. It isn't the way the original feeling is
Right.
meant
It's
to be.
not what Christ was trying
Yes.
to teach. But when they take it out of context and spin it, it's 180 degrees away from what he was teaching. That's why the Bible says that when they die and they go, well, Christ, didn't we prophesy in your name? Didn't we heal in your name? Didn't we do it? He said, I don't know you. I never knew you. Okay? So you can't, just use the name Lord, Lord, and do these things and then think that it's going to make it carte blanche okay. Okay? You can't take things out of context and spin it in a way to make it ego affirming. You have to look at the whole passage. You have to look at, the whole thing. That's why it says the passages, not one sentence, not one little piece of it. You have to read the whole context of the whole
Yeah,
rather than taking it out of context.
good. So let's see if there's anything else in there. Life like this, like one of things, not, okay, me orient life like this, and Bible passages speak to passageway to heart,
Right.
passageway to
Yeah, it's an opening to the heart.
That's
if
right.
you understand it. But
That's right.
so for people, if you haven't studied the Bible, start with what Christ said first. Just start with the passages in red first, exactly what Christ was saying first. And then from there go to the rest of the New Testament. And after you get the New Testament down, then you can go to the Old Testament. Okay? Because when Christ came, he did away with a lot of the Old Testament understandings and dramas that were there, that were so in bondage for people. Okay? He brought a lighter way. He said, I came not to do away with the law, I came to fulfill the law. Okay? So understand, Christ came to fulfill the law, not to do away with it. But you have to understand Christ before you know what he came to fulfill and what were the changes that were made during that time.
Good point.
Okay?
Okay. Yeah, good point. Okay. So just in ending with this, what is seen is a round light, like, and then through there is a passageway.
Yes.
It's like a path that's seen through that, and that narrows, like goes deep into this space of light.
Right.
And that's really what, with that, the Bible, it's a thorough way, a through
Right.
way.
It says broad is the way, but narrow is the way to go. You know, there's like a wide road, but you have to stick to the narrow, to understand. You have to stick to that narrow point of that truth and honesty, integrity, all those things that one needs to go forward. So, one has to look at it, but then pick the narrow way.
And that's a good point, because you can see the broader way is more with sometimes the masses, and then the more narrow are ones that, get all that stuff sort of pared away,
Right.
and get more, and how many actually go through to the end. It's a rare thing, so you can see how it does narrow there. So that's pretty good for that, I
Yeah.
think. Okay.
Thank you for the message.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, there's a direct quote. Broad is the way, but narrow.
There is a quote there.
Yeah, broad is the way, but narrow. It's not that the fullness of that one is not coming. But anyway, it has to... broad is the way to destruction, but narrow the way to salvation.
Ooh,
That's what it is.
That's
broad is the way to
Nice.
destruction, but narrow the way to salvation.
Boy, that's great. I'm glad
Yeah.
you're able to remember that. That's perfect
Yeah.
for that.
So,
This actually looks like a little heart in a way.
yes.
It's kind of cute. And so we've got this little hearty thing. Okay. Okay, I'm asking something about forgive, and I just am asking if that's correct. Forgive, lemon, forgive, planet so much, because forgive planet so much. Is this right? So much hard things there. Forgive that thing, God, please. So what they're saying, forgive
that thing.
that hard things happening planet now. God forgive these hard things. Question to you.
Yeah. Oh. I think it's talking about those that are ruining the ecosystem and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yes.
Yeah, they're
Forgive.
ruining the ecosystem. It's, I think, yeah, God forgives because it's done in ignorance. When it's done in ignorance, then there's forgiveness. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Is this going to save planet forgiveness?
Is it going to save the planet? Even if this planet self-destructs, okay, its energy, it'll go through a transformation into something else. So nothing's lost in the end, other than this beautiful planet the way it is. But,
And that's what I'm
yeah.
seeing, this green growth. But what of that? What of the destruction, that potential of beauty then lost to this
Yeah,
planet?
there's so many other planets as well, and unfortunately things go through transformation. It doesn't matter whether it's earlier or later. Eventually this planet will self-destruct as well. All things will go
transient
through,
in the
all of it
physical.
will go through a transformation
Yeah.
and go into something else. So yeah.
Well, I guess it remains to be seen.
Remains to be seen. Of course,
will-
we would like this planet to remain as long as possible. It is a beautiful place, and we hope that mankind wakes up. But yeah, it's when it's done in ignorance, there is forgiveness. But we hope they wake up soon. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm seeing a plus and a minus in my mind
Mm-hmm.
together. Plus, minus, and then scales. So to have that
Yeah, they balance
balance,
it out. Yeah.
plus minus,
Right.
equals 0 or equals
Right.
the right balance.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
they just wanting to reflect that out, like that is the. That's
They
the
understand
way.
it's
They
a
get what you're
balance.
saying,
Yeah.
too.
It's yeah.
Okay, so that is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I can say.
Are they going to forgive the ones destroying the planet?
Yeah.
If it's done knowingly, from
That's what I
a bad
wondered,
heart,
'cause
then that's
sometimes it
another.
is.
Then that's another thing. That's different. They will pay the karma for that because of their
Or for power, or for wealth.
right.
Or, you know
because
what I mean?
what's judged is the
Yeah.
hearts and the minds are judged, not
Yeah.
just the action. What was the intent behind the
Sure.
action? That's what gets judged as well. So
good.
yeah,
I'm glad that
they don't
part
get
was
out
put
of that.
Yeah, I'm
They don't
glad
get
that-
out of that.
Yeah, because some of that
Whatever
is done.
what
as
is done
for
with
power.
negative intent, that will be judged, and they will pay the karmic price for that. Yes.
Yeah, it all comes around. Okay. See, how do I say, this is spirit speaking,
Mm-hmm.
how do I say my message, how I speak with, I want to speak, yet I have to words come wrong now. Words not say where my head is. What is this way to speak? Interesting question.
Yeah. What is the feeling?
Yeah, exactly. What is
What
being
is the
trying
feeling?
to be conveyed?
Right. What are you trying to convey?
Okay. What I speak of is this elementary, elementary, which is just basic, right?
Right.
Elementary way of living, live with elementary. I really feel like it's
The
more like
basics?
basic, almost simple or
Yeah.
basic. Why people not go more elementary?
Oh,
and-
okay. Why are people so complex?
Yeah, more and so much to be like I have to be here, where elementary is more.
Yeah, more grounded,
Yeah.
more, yeah.
Yeah.
Why are people ungrounded? Yeah. Because they think it's, because they don't understand the importance of grounding. They don't understand, they think if there's more mental drama, that it's higher, that it's better.
Yeah.
They've lost that. They've lost the basics. They've lost the morality. They've lost the integrity. Okay? So, yeah, no, they need to come back to the basics.
Yeah.
In order to progress, they need to come back to the basics, and they have lost that for, some sort of a thing they're concocting, which is not real.
Yeah.
Okay, they have to find out. They have to find out that they have to come back to grounding in the basics in order to move forward. But it's going to be a hard lesson for some people, for sure.
Okay, let's see if there's anything else. These elements are the base foundation of life. These elements are like what all builds off of people.
Right.
People, yes, this is right. The ground, the basic structure cannot be ignored. So that's
Right,
what
the
they
ground
wanna
of being. You have to come back to the ground of being. But, people think they're progressing, but they're not. They're regressing, not progressing. And so they're going to have to eventually come back to that point
Right.
of basics, and
Yeah.
to be able to honor that. And I think that's it as well. That's why I said they could have learned a lot from the Native Americans on how to take care of the planet and to honor what's there, and they've lost that. They lost that connection. They're
Yeah.
losing connection with other people as well.
For sure.
Just look at Japan, where they're, they don't even know how to have
That's a mess there.
interpersonal connections anymore. They've become just so locked into the web that they don't know how to connect, how to have relationships. So it's, they need to get rid of some of the technology and come back to the basics of connecting with other people rather than being in this other drama, because
Right.
it's very unconnected.
Oh,
very
it is. And just what I'm seeing to end on is more like, a ladder. Like people think if they're up here a lot, they're higher, but the ladder
Right.
that's showing go down.
right. They're repressing.
Unwind. Yeah, and
right.
what should be happening is not, I've got this, but to more unwind, or to go
Right.
in a way that, more simple,
Right.
So-
You have to come back to the basics if you're going to actually, come back to God. If you're going to come back to there, it's a process of looking and discarding. But people want to collect and collect and collect. So they're going the wrong way.
Yes.
Rather than getting closer to God, they're getting further away, because it's gather and collect and covering over, rather than to dispel and come to clarity.
More the unlearning, more
Right.
like the snake eating its tail, or unwinding kind
Right.
of thing. So,
So
you want to stop, or you want to keep going?
we're at 30 minutes.
Doesn't matter. We could do it another day if it
Yeah, we'll do
feels
it
like
another
we've done
time. We've
plenty,
done
doesn't
half
it?
of them, and we'll do the next
That sounds
half
perfect.
next time,
Perfect.
because we're at a half an hour already.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So namaste.
Thank
You for tuning in, and thank you to all our friends that showed up today.
Bye.
Bye.